Many police officers are very proud of their uniforms because they believe these confer significant power and authority. Today, we're talking about cops who took their behavior too far. Let's meet some of the worst cops who became suspects and unravel the truth behind the uniform. Have you noticed how some cops seem to think the rules don't apply to them? Take this story for example. A guy caught a cop speeding, doing 56 miles per hour in a 40 miles per hour zone, but when he pulled the cop over, the cop's reaction was pretty telling. He immediately pulled the "I'm a cop" card as if his badge gave him a free pass to ignore the law. It's like he thought being a cop meant the rules don't apply to him, which is pretty ironic considering he'd probably have no problem pulling over anyone else for the same thing. It really makes you wonder who's teaching these cops they're above the law. They should realize they're not immune to consequences for bad behavior. When the man confronted him, the cop actually had the nerve to ask him what his problem was. The problem is simple. Nobody wants to see cops acting badly and getting away with it. When the man asked for the cop's name and badge number, which by the way he's supposed to give out according to their job policy, the cop got defensive. He realized he was in hot water and could get into even more trouble if he kept up his attitude. So what does he do? He tries to turn the tables and accuses the man of speeding for following him to keep up. It's a messy situation that highlights a bigger issue. Some cops really do think they live by a different set of rules. But stories like these show that people are watching and they're not afraid to call out bad behavior when they see it. It's about accountability, and it's high time that everyone, including those in uniform, remembers that.
Yeah, I do. You're driving 56 miles an hour in a 40 mile an hour zone without any warning lights. That's completely unsafe.
Is it?
Yes.
I'm the police.
Well, that's great. You have to follow the laws just like everyone else.
Okay.
So,
what do you want to do?
I want you to drive the speed limit. Looks like, who's this person in front of you?
That's my wife.
Okay. Why is she driving equally the speed and why is nobody getting pulled over? When if I do that,
do I pull everybody over that goes over the speed limit? Do you know how many people pass me on the road on the way to where I'm going right now?
So it's
do you
okay
think I pull everybody over?
So it's okay to pull some people over at doing about 5 miles an hour?
What is your problem?
My problem is that you can't drive like this. You think it's okay to drive like this as a police officer?
I can film you too. You know what? Let me get my phone. I'm going to film you too.
Okay, good.
I'm going to film you too.
Good. What's your officer number?
What?
What is your officer number?
What does it matter?
What is your office number? What is your name?
Is 4321. I don't have to give you my name. My badge number is 4321.
4321?
Yep.
That's your actual one. You're not lying to me.
Dude, you're pushing it.
Are you telling me the truth? I'm reporting you just so you know. You have a great day.
I'll show you my badge number.
Oh, great. Thank you.
This is my badge number, sir. 4321.
Okay.
You can make a complaint.
Yeah.
You have every right to make a complaint. I'll give you my sergeant's number.
Okay.
Sergeant McCree.
Yep. What is that?
Sergeant McCree.
How do you spell McCree?
It's common spelling. McCree. Anything else?
Do you have anything to say about driving over the speed limit?
Do you have anything to say about driving over the speed limit?
Yeah,
If you were following me, you were driving over the speed limit too.
Yeah, I was also recording.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
A couple of cops lost their cool when they spotted some people filming in the lobby of a police station. Instead of handling it calmly, they just booted them out without even listening to their side. One of the people tried to show a cop a sign that said it was state property, meaning they had the right to film in there, but cops weren't having any of it. They shut the door right in their faces, showing a complete lack of respect and pretty ugly behavior. One of the guys asked the cops to call their supervisor, which they're supposed to do according to their job rules whenever a citizen requests it, no matter if the cops think it's needed or not. But once again, these cops didn't do their job. Then things went from bad to worse. One cop stepped up only to break another rule. He got so close to the man that he completely forgot about the rule of keeping a 6-foot distance to make sure the person doesn't feel threatened. Now, get ready for the craziest part of this whole mess. The cop who was doing most of the talking wasn't even on duty. In fact, he was retired. Can you believe it? A retired cop still wearing his old uniform and acting like he's still on the job. It seems like during his time on the force, he got used to feeling important and powerful. So there he was, pushing around this man who clearly didn't want to be touched, thinking he could still throw his weight around.
That is the property.
Show me. Show me. Show it to me. Show
You
it
see
to me.
that? Wait. You see that sign right on that floor mat right there?
I'm
It
asking you that.
says the county's insignia on you.
I'm not asking you that.
That
I'm not
insignia,
asking you
that's
that.
public property.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you to show it to me. Come on,
Don't
man.
touch me.
Well, move then.
No. Don't touch me.
I'm not touching you. I'm
Don't
touching
touch
your
me.
camera.
That is me.
That
That is me. Call your supervisor right now.
I ain't calling nobody.
Call your supervisor right now.
Tell me where it is.
Call your supervisor
I'm
right
the
now.
supervisor today.
No, you're not. Call
Yes,
your
I am.
supervisor
Yes, I
right
am.
now.
Move.
Call your supervisor.
You want to put in my
Get your hands
Step
off of
away,
me.
man. Just step away.
Off of me.
Step away, bro.
I'm not stepping nowhere.
Hey. Okay, now back to what we were talking about. Step down here, sir.
Wow.
Go ahead, talk.
You got jelly for brains.
Don't touch me. All right, see? Don't touch me. We got a problem now.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Why?
What else you want to say, smart?
What else?
Yes.
Small?
Smart.
Smart?
Yes.
Here's something smart. Call your supervisor.
Tell me, you so
That's
smart.
what's smart. Call your
All
supervisor.
right, step over there. Y'all doing
I'm
just
gonna
fine.
wait right here.
That's what-
Call your supervisor.
That's
Call your
all I asked you to
supervisor.
do is stand right
Call
here.
your supervisor. That's what I'm asking you to do.
Call 911.
Call your supervisor.
Hey, yeah, go get him a supervisor.
What is his name?
Stewart, sir.
You got, what's your employee ID number?
I'm a retired officer.
Oh, you're retired?
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh. I'm asking for his supervisor and he won't call anybody. He's assaulted me already. He's grabbed a hold of me. I mean, I asked for a supervisor, he won't get one.
grabbed your camera.
Don't touch me.
I didn't touch you. I grabbed your camera. I just happened to step right here. That's all I had.
Which is where I've been the whole time.
Oh, you was up there with him?
I wasn't up there.
What's up, man? You stepped right there.
Boy.
Boy, what?
I'm just trying to figure out how many laws inside of my head that you're violating.
I'm asking you to
I'm
tell.
just trying to count how many in my. It's
Count
just
one.
count one. The assault that you grabbed a hold of me.
I'm asking the law.
That's oh, he didn't. It's been on film. There,
I didn't
there,
count
there.
like
Don't
that.
touch me again. You're trying to grab me.
I didn't-
What happens if I try to reach for you and try to grab me? You'll shoot me. Stay away from me. You are unstable.
After a while, a new cop joined the scene, as if there weren't already enough of them surrounding the man. You'd probably hope they'd realize their reaction was way over the top. I mean, come on, they're dealing with someone filming, not some top-level criminal. This man started listing off the cops he wanted to file a complaint against. He even mentioned that one cop had tried to snatch his camera right out of his hands because he didn't want the guy filming everything. Do you think this cop reacted the right way? Well, absolutely not. Instead of assessing the situation fairly, he took the side of his fellow cops and told the people filming not to expect anything different since they were recording him. But since when is filming in public a crime? It seems like these cops have forgotten what the Constitution says, even though they swore an oath to uphold it at the start of their careers. That's how crucial constitutional law is supposed to be. Even when the people explained they were free journalists just recording content for a story, this cop wouldn't listen. He was more interested in pushing his own narrative. It's like he needed a reminder that this kind of behavior isn't just wrong, it could seriously mess up his career, maybe even end his qualified immunity. Is it really that hard for some cops to remember their role is to protect everyone's rights, not just enforce the laws the way they see it?
I would like to make a complaint on Stewart over there. He grabbed my camera. He grabbed me.
Grabbed his camera.
He tried pulling me
Got
around.
it all on video.
He pushed. I mean, he was pushing into me, and not to, but he was coming right up on me, and he was nose to nose. Like he was like this. And I was on the city sidewalk. I wasn't anywhere.
So, I just got here, just trying to figure out everything
Yep, yep.
going on. So you all just filming.
We're journalists. We're out here for the day.
Yep.
We're doing some early
Okay,
voting.
y'all journalists. Got
Right.
it. Okay.
And I told these folks, I said the property tax office is a public office. It's publicly accessible. Anywhere, the Supreme Court, anywhere the public's allowed to go, the press is allowed to go.
Okay.
Makes sense, right? Because if the press couldn't go where the public would, then the public would just be the press.
Now that not someplace that's key coded or secured access or an
Where
office.
were you all when this happened?
Right here, outside. He walked up on me out in front.
I thought he.
I hadn't even spoken to him at that point.
Where did he not want you on the stand?
Here. He didn't want us here at all.
He said we couldn't stand on the sidewalk here because we were trying to talk to the gentleman to let him know that it's our constitutional right to go where the public can. And all we do is we walk in, take a couple shots, and walk out. It would have been over 3 minutes. Now, it's taken 20 minutes and all these resources because they don't understand something as simple as if the public's allowed to be there, the press is allowed to be there.
So basically, if I'm hearing correctly, they try to stop you off from going inside?
Yes.
Yes, into the public area.
To the public areas.
Yeah.
You don't want to go someplace where the public's not allowed to go.
No, we understand the rules. We understand the
I've been doing
laws.
this 2 years.
I mean,
I do it all over the country. I mean, seriously, Indiana, Illinois, Georgia, Alabama. I've been all over the country doing exactly this.
All right, y'all give me a minute.
Yeah,
All
go
right,
ahead.
come somebody. So, I give you the information as far as the complaint. We have what we call Office of Professional Standards.
okay.
In short term, OPS. I'm sure y'all heard of it.
Yep.
We got posts down in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
posts.
right. So, well, no, it's not post.
Okay.
Post is
Police officer standards and training.
that's what. That's normally we find complaint is in house. Post don't really have anything to do with.
Right. But
Unless it's some criminal, so.
Well, right.
But right now it's just in house. But we have what we call Office of Professional Standards. In short term, OPS.
Okay.
They have all investigations, complaints, stuff like that.
Okay.
A cop walked up to a guy in the middle of the street to ask him something, but the guy told him he couldn't hear because he had his headphones in. Normally, you'd think that'd be enough for the cop to just walk away, but nope. He asked the guy to take out his headphones. That's when the guy lost it and really laid into the cop. It's a classic example of how some cops think the rules don't always apply to them. Here was this cop slowly turning from a law enforcer to a suspect potentially breaking the law himself.
Hiya. Can't hear you, I've got headphones in.
You take them out.
I'd rather not. What I can do is I can try to lip read what you're saying. I'm trying to have an experience of what it's like with somebody who's hearing impaired. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to lip read and we'll see how that goes. If it doesn't go too well, I'll take my headphones out.
TV recording. Yeah.
Your body cam is on.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, if you'd nod for if I'm getting it right and shake your head if I'm getting it wrong. Okay.
Ask you why you should.
How long's a bit of a difficult one? I think what I'm getting from that, it could be one of two things. The first one might be I'm a reasonable person who knows that you're a man with a camera and there's nothing illegal that you're doing, so therefore I'm going to disengage stop, rather than embarrass myself further. The second one that it might have been would be I'm a paranoid android. I'm a paranoid android who thinks that a camera is a security concern. So again, I can't hear you, so you carry on talking. I'm just going to carry on anyway. So yeah, the other one might be I'm a paranoid android who thinks the camera is a security concern. So I'm going to impose my perceived right of authority. My perceived authority, even though I have no right or authority to do so. And potentially abuse my powers and embarrass my force. That's the two that I think it might have been. Was that right?
You feel me?
You want to shake your head or not? I don't know.
I don't feel a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, I not get that right.
No?
No? Oh, okay.
Okay.
So what was it you said?
The ID.
Pardon?
The ID.
Why would I need ID?
Because you're filming a police station.
Right, is that against the law?
Well, you've got the Terrorism Act, okay?
Chadwell Heath again with the Terrorism Act.
Yes.
Again. So you haven't learned.
We're here to see it in public.
Okay.
Yeah? And it's a secure location. I'm just asking you why you're being here filming.
Do you know about the memo from the MPCC?
Tell me about it.
There's a memo from the MPCC dated December 2021. So not long ago. It was issued to every single police force and it should have been read by every single member of police staff. It states about what I'm doing here, publicly recording a police station. It clearly states in that memo that what you're referring to with the Terrorism Act and hostile reconnaissance, hostile reconnaissance in its very nature is covert. In its very nature. And that's from the National Police Chiefs Council. So, if you want to carry on with the Terrorism Act, I'll be happy to oblige. You can detain me, you can search me, and we'll go down that route. But I would suggest you stop embarrassing yourself at this point.
The situation escalated when the cop asked the guy for his ID. The guy, puzzled, asked why he needed to show his ID because he was filming the police station. You don't have to be a law expert to know that recording a building isn't a valid reason for a cop to demand your ID. But then, the cop went a step further, suggesting the man might be planning something dangerous like terrorism. Wow, talk about jumping to conclusions. I'm not sure what the cop thought he'd achieve by such a dramatic accusation. Saying something out loud doesn't make it true. Unable to handle the situation alone, the cop called for backup. Have you ever noticed how some cops, when they feel threatened, call for more cops? It seems like they think having more numbers gives them a greater sense of power and control, especially when they can outnumber someone.
Because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one that ends up detaining me under false reasons. You have to have reasonable suspicion under the Terrorism Act. You'd be hostile reconnaissance. Again, read the memo from the MPCC. Bring it up on your phone. I'll wait here while you read it. Read the memo from MPCC, and you'll see in there that they state, by its very nature, hostile reconnaissance is covert. And that's advice from your National Police Chiefs Council. So if you'd like to carry on down that route, we'll go down that route.
What's your name?
I'm not going to give you a name. No. 2204T. And yourself? 28172. Perfect. Thank you. Right. I'm talking to him. Okay. He started talking, carrying the conversation that way. I can't talk to two people at once.
What I was going to add was, do you not think it would be, well, we wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't ask you why you were filming?
Sure, but you don't need to ask for my ID.
Okay. Right.
There's no lawful obligation for me to give you that. There's no reason to ask it.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, if you were in our shoes and someone was filming, would you not just ask what they were doing? Is that, it's not unreasonable to just ask why someone's doing what they're doing.
Nobody has to answer you, though, do they?
I'm not saying you do, but what I'm saying,
I'm not saying you can't ask.
As a member of the public, would you think, oh, hang on, they're not really doing their job? There's something going on, and they're not asking why that's going on.
I'm not saying you can't ask. I'm saying that straight away, asking for ID, demanding identification, saying that what I'm doing is suspicious when I'm recording quite overtly in public from a public place. Well, why do you need to be so paranoid about that? I've had other members of the staff come by while I've been doing this here. They've waved at me and given me a great big smile from their vehicles. So why do you need to be such tyrants for?
We're not being tyrants.
Well, you are. Demanding ID from people.
No, I didn't demand ID. I just asked you for your name.
Okay.
You had ID.
Okay.
That was a polite question.
Okay.
All right. We have duty of care to the police station and everyone here to keep everyone safe.
Well, I would suggest you stop asking for ID from people when you have no lawful basis to do so. You're potentially infringing on their rights to privacy, aren't you? Because if somebody doesn't know their rights and they have a constable come to them and say, have you got ID? Well, some people might feel intimidated by that and be like, oh, I have to give them that because they don't know their rights. And you don't inform them that they don't have to, do you? You just say, have you got it? You don't say, do you have it? Bear in mind, you don't have to provide it.
Nobody come back and say, what's your intention?
It's a private project.
This guy, however, pointed out that there are good cops too. He mentioned how other cops, when they see him filming near the station, might wave and smile at the camera. But these particular cops were acting like total tyrants. They even claimed they felt threatened. Imagine that, a group of armed cops feeling threatened by a man with a camera. Sounds pretty ridiculous. What the cops didn't expect was for this guy to stand his ground so firmly. He told them they could detain him or even arrest him, but he wouldn't give up his civil rights, and eventually they would pay the price for their actions. I think that was enough to make them realize they should probably just turn around and leave, right?
Private project.
Yes.
Okay. And what are you intending to do?
Clues in the word private, isn't it?
Private.
Yeah.
Well, can only ask you from the police station.
Yeah, that is all you can do, and I'm not going to stop. Nope. At the end of the day, Chadwell Heath, police base, brings this upon themselves.
In what respect?
In the respect that you keep abusing the Terrorism Act with people with a camera. That's what.
Okay.
Multiple occasions it's been done, multiple occasions it's been overturned, and there are cases against Chadwell Heath for it. It's not acceptable. You shouldn't be abusing your powers. If you're going to detain somebody under the Terrorism Act, because every single one that I've seen, your reasonable grounds are not enough. Do you even know what the reasonable grounds are? Do you even know what section you would use? So no, you don't, basically.
Section 43 too.
There we go, okay.
Okay.
Okay, can you not surround me? That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, right, after you, sir.
You're going to carry on doing your little time.
Yeah, 100%.
We've spoken with you.
Yeah, next time you don't threaten people with the Terrorism Act and have no grounds for it. Yes, you do.
Just safety terrorism.
Yes, that's threatening. So why would you even mention it?
Because I had that power.
You have a lot of powers. You haven't mentioned any of your other powers, but yet you mentioned that one in particular for somebody with a camera. You're ridiculous. You're a disgrace. Do you even know your oath of attestation? Do you? So that's what gives you your powers as constable. If you don't know it, how can you discharge your powers appropriately? Do you know your oath? Do you know at least the main points of it if you don't know it verbatim?
We're going to carry on. We're going to carry on.
So that's a no on your oath then. Yeah, so that's a no on your oath. Did either of you turn on your body cameras? Okay, so why did you not notify me that you turned it on? That's in your policy. So no, you did not. It's all on camera. Oh yes, you did. Sorry, but did you? Yeah, did you? No, exactly. That's not the point. You need to verbally announce it. It's in your policy. It's a breach of GDPR if you don't. As long as you continue acting this way, people will keep coming. Do your drive a shame. Go on, bugger off.
Why do some cops struggle to understand the difference between private and public property? It's a basic thing you'd expect anyone in their position to know. Take this one cop, for example, who pulled up in a parking lot right in front of the police station and told a man he was on private property. Realizing he was in over his head, the cop quickly called for his supervisor, even though the man hadn't asked for it. When the supervisor showed up, the situation didn't improve. He also claimed the parking lot was private property. When the man questioned him about who owns the parking lot in front of a police station, the supervisor said it was owned by the station. But then you have to ask, isn't the police station public property, not some private business? The cop was so sure of himself that he started threatening the man with arrest for trespassing if he didn't leave immediately. It's puzzling how 6 months of training doesn't seem enough for some cops to correctly enforce the law. How can anyone seriously claim that you can be arrested for trespassing on what's clearly public property? Moreover, even if the man was mistakenly on private property, the cop is supposed to warn him first. Only if the man refuses to leave or comes back should he be charged with trespassing. The man was shocked by the supervisor's lack of knowledge and asked him to call his own boss, but the supervisor acted as if there was no one above him.
Oh, it's not a private property. I would suggest you educate yourself. I might too. Oh, it's not trespassing. What's your name and your badge number?
The officer said 7145, okay?
Thank you.
Let me call a supervisor for you, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
You can take it from there.
Hey, how's it going? How are you? May I have your name?
Sergeant Master, right here, like.
What's your badge number?
Right here on my shirt.
I can't. Can you? 2435.
You got it.
Thank you.
So what do we need today?
Nothing much. Just gathering content for a story. That's all. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I don't have any ill intent or.
Well, I'm sure. I understand that.
Yeah. I mean, he thinks this is a private property.
This is private property.
How is it private property?
Because this is a police station. This is a private lot.
How is it a private lot? The police station is a public entity.
Public building, but yeah. There's certain areas where you can and cannot go. You understand? It's a private lot. So like, if the officer tells you that you're not supposed to be here, if you don't have any police business, you don't have any business here. Then yes, you're technically moving trespassing.
That's not how it works. This is a public space.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Every member of the public has a right to be here to observe what you do,
Yes.
what you do
Yes,
during the course of your duties.
Yes.
All right, so you cannot trespass.
This is a private lot. You understand?
How is it?
I'm notifying you right now.
You keep saying it's a private lot.
This is private. Yes.
How can it be private? It's a police department.
Right. Okay.
It's
a police station. So only public access is in front of the building.
There's nothing private about this
Let me
space.
explain it. That's
Okay.
what we're on.
Go ahead.
Right? So if you decide not to leave,
Okay.
if we arrest you for the trespassing, then you can explain to the judge that this is the private lot and public lot. You can have that argument with the judge, okay? Not with us.
So you're telling me that if I don't leave this space, you will arrest me for trespassing? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that okay for you?
That's what you just said.
You understand?
I am telling you.
You understand? Yes.
This is not a private space. This is a public. This is not the first. This is not the first. Do you have a supervisor?
I understand. You're being recorded. As well.
Yes. Do you have a supervisor?
I am the supervisor.
Is anyone above you?
My supervisor?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
You're gonna go get him.
Is that him behind you?
No. Not somebody
Okay.
else.
Yeah. Can you get your supervisor because you're completely wrong.
Am I?
You're completely wrong. This is a public space.
How do you understand this?
Because first of all, you cannot trespass anyone from a public space unless they've broken the law. I haven't broken the law. All I'm doing is simply observing public employees during the course of their duties. The courts have established that we can do.
The supervisor, without a hint of irony, started lecturing the man about trespassing. He warned him that an arrest could be next. That might have been by the book, but this cop seemed to forget he could only enforce that on private property. Honestly, this cop really shouldn't have been the one explaining trespassing to anyone, since he clearly didn't grasp the concept himself. The man, an independent journalist, tried to set the record straight. He told the supervisor he was just doing his job, much like the cops were supposed to be doing theirs. But when the cop questioned who would even care about his recordings, the journalist explained that lots of people are interested in how government and its workers operate. These cops thought they were handling everything perfectly, but all they did was make their department look desperate on camera. Ironically, their mishandling provided some great footage for the journalist's YouTube channel. I wish I could have seen the looks on their faces when they realized they'd unwittingly become YouTube stars. When the journalist mentioned his YouTube channel, one of the cops suddenly changed his tune, trying to appear more reasonable on camera. He told the man that filming from the parking lot was actually fine, a rule the man was well aware of, making the cop's sudden permission seem pretty ridiculous. It's ironic how the cop presented the basic right as if it were a favor he was granting.
Okay.
All right.
So if you know the law, right? You understand the law?
I understand some basic rights. Yes.
Right? You understand trespassing?
Okay.
You understand it, right?
I understand trespassing. But what you
I'm
fail
giving
to...
you another warning. Okay?
But what you
another warning I'm issuing you right now is that you can't be on this lot.
But
okay?
what you...
Otherwise, we're going to lock you up for trespassing.
Okay, well, I'm going to speak with your supervisor. I'm going to speak with your supervisor.
Apparently he wants to talk to you, but you're...
May I speak with you?
in the uniform.
Are you his supervisor?
Who?
Is he a supervisor?
Which one are you?
The one in the plain clothes? Yeah. Who is your supervisor?
He's in the building.
Okay,
Well, anyway.
I'll wait for him. I'll wait for him. Because you're completely wrong, sir. With all due respect, you're completely wrong. This is not the first police station I've been to.
I understand that.
All right?
Yeah.
So
What happened the last time?
I wasn't trespassed.
What happened
Actually,
last time?
the commander came and told the police officers that I had the right to be there.
Okay.
Because this is a public space.
Where was this at?
This was the one in Pulaski. I don't know what district, whatever. The one in Pulaski before Lawrence. Yeah.
This one, I'm giving you some time.
And I've also been to the one on Milwaukee Avenue. Same thing
I'm
happened.
giving you some time. Right
Okay.
now, okay.
All right. So maybe this will be an opportunity for you to get educated.
Educated.
Yes, that members of the public can be on public property.
What is your main goal right now?
Because I just told you, I am documenting matters of public interest.
Why?
Right?
For what?
I publish it on my channel. I have a channel where I publish stories. So I get a content for a story and I publish it on my channel. That's what I'm doing.
Right.
So does that
Makes no sense to me. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I mean, I guess if someone wants to watch this, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. It's boring to me.
Well,
It's very boring.
there's a lot of people that watch it. There's a lot of
Everyone is-
people that care about what government does.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Huh?
Right?
All right, buddy.
You can't trespass me from public property, man. You need to learn the law. That's why I do what I do. What's your name? What's your badge number? What's your badge number?
339.
I appreciate it. Every one of you needs to be educated that this is public property. Taxpayers have a right to be here and watch you and all of you during the course of your duties.
Yes, during the course of our duty.
Exactly. Are you at work right now?
Yes.
Are we paying you to be at work right now?
Are you a taxpayer?
I am a taxpayer, of course. Are you a taxpayer?
Yes.
You're paying taxes off of my taxes. So technically
How
you're...
am I paying taxes off of your tax?
Because you get paid by tax dollars, don't you?
So how am I paying my taxes off of your tax?
Listen, for the most part,
Okay.
if you want to walk around and do all the filming, it's all good, okay?
The supervisor suddenly played the role of good cop and mentioned that if his boss said it was okay, then it must be okay. Frankly, some cops wouldn't even go that far. I think most of them are so concerned with their pride that doing the right thing didn't really matter to them in the end. What really counts for them is saving face and coming out on top, even if it means risking their jobs. Despite the awkwardness, the man decided to stick around a bit longer and tried chatting with the cops about their police vehicles. They weren't too keen on talking, probably because they knew it wouldn't end well for them and that the man was not the type to stroke their egos. It's intriguing when we start seeing cops as the ones being questioned. Only then do we realize just how many of them slip up and how few really know how to handle their duties properly. Most seem to view being a cop as a position of power and authority, but they forget that their job is essentially to serve the public. This whole situation sheds light on a broader issue, the perspective some cops have about their roles. It's not about wielding power. It's about being responsible and effective public servants, and sometimes that means admitting you're wrong or stepping back, even if it doesn't feel great for your ego.
The boss man said, okay, no worries.
I appreciate that. I'm glad you learned that today.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
I like learning new stuff.
Me too. Me too. So you need to understand that we can be here. Right? We can be here. As long as we're not breaking the law, we can be here. Right?
All right.
Have a good one.
Yeah,
Nice
too.
to meet you. I got a question for you. Hang on,
let me turn my camera back on.
Okay. So do you have anything to say about, I know you guys got about $300 million in overtime pay last year.
How much?
294 million to be exact. Did you work overtime?
I did not make 294.
No, I said the police department. The police department, right? The police department, right? No, so my question is, how do you think you guys earned that amount of money in overtime in 1 year?
How? You know what? You can ask the mayor's office that
right?
question, sir.
And then there are all these.
It's way above me.
Right, but there are all these cars here. So I'm wondering who's on the street. Who do you think is on the street when all these cars are parked here?
Police officers.
So what are these cars doing here, just sitting here?
That's for the other watch.
Yeah. So that means we don't need these cars, right?
No,
we don't need them because they're just sitting around.
You are right. So if you have any other questions, I'm going to go because I got things to do.
Take care, man. Go protect and serve, all right? Take care. Dismissed. How are you guys doing today?
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome.
Great. Are you protecting and serving?
Always.
Always? We'd like to hear that. Protecting and serving themselves. All right, guys. I think the sergeant or the lieutenant there, whatever his rank is, has been educated today that we can be here and there's nothing he can do about it. What about you? Did you learn something today? That we can be here?
Everything is recorded, sir. I had all everything I had to say.
A man went to the police department to request some public records. When he told some cops what he needed, they invited him inside, but as soon as he stepped in and started filming their meeting, the cops got all worked up and pretty aggressive. Why do you think the cops aren't fans of cameras? Maybe they don't like being caught on film if they slip up, or perhaps they think it's a chance to flex their authority. Either way, it's not a good look. Inside the building, one cop told the man he couldn't film there, but the man knew his rights. He explained he could film in the lobby of any federal building because it's considered a public space. That cop, however, insisted it was private property.
Do you call Little Rock City Police? Or Pulaski County Sheriff's?
You don't feel like you need ID to come into this?
No, I do not. To come into a public building? You don't know crap, dude. That's crazy you think that. That's how you think? I want to go down to that office down there and make a FOIA request. And I would have already been on my way out by now. I said I needed to make a public records request. And you said, sure, man, come on in. That's what you should have done. No, see, that's the fact that you think that's funny is very telling. You guys are tyrants. Hold on, your supervisor here, Captain, thinks that I have to show my ID to come into a public building. That is literally the equivalent to show me your papers to come in here. That's not how it works. It's a public building. Public. And what's government? Public. It's a public building. Who pays for this building? Who pays for this building? Who pays for this building? The taxpayers. Makes it public. This is public property. There's two kinds of property, public and private. Which one is this? It ain't private. Don't be telling no lies now. It's all on camera. Everything you say that's a lie is going to come back at you because I'm going to get all these videos. There's another video camera right there. Yeah. Hi. Hey, can I get your names and badge numbers, please? I'm Justin.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Officer Griff. Little Rock Police.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Alright.
I'm Justin. Why? They won't let me in. They're letting everybody else in. I just called the PD again because I didn't know if you got...
Then another cop came over to ask for his name. The man hadn't done anything wrong, so he chose not to share any personal info. The cops eventually went quiet, but that didn't mean they had learned anything. It just meant the man had caught them off guard. They were probably trying to think of what to accuse him with next.
You guys were coming. I don't know if I didn't even know if they really called you, if they were just lying to me about it, so I just called too. But I'm trying to make a public records request and leave. That's it. I wasn't even filming whenever I walked in. I am now because they won't let me through. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I know.
You just want public records?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been here once before, and I was...
Can I get your
I'm talking to him. I am talking to him. I wasn't even talking to you, ladies, so chill. I'll stay right here. It's cool. Nah, it's cool.
Sure?
Yeah.
Let's talk right here.
I'll be right here.
You got your ID on you?
No, sir.
No ID?
Nope. And I don't have to identify myself. I haven't broken the law. So.
I'm just asking, can I get your first name?
Justin.
Alright?
Yeah. It's cool.
What's your last name, Jason?
I'm gonna stop right there. I appreciate. I don't mind you asking anything you want to ask, but I don't have to answer. So.
Okay, I'm just. So you don't wanna answer any questions?
I just don't have to. You know.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not trying to start nothing with anyone.
Okay, I got you.
You know.
So you just.
Yeah. Hold on, what is his name? He's lying right now. I don't understand why.
However, they seem to have totally forgotten why the man was there in the first place. He came to make a public record request, and as public officials, they should have definitely helped him out. A female cop who joined in was quite assertive, insisting the man couldn't get any records unless he identified himself. He shot back, saying he didn't want to identify himself and asked if she knew what the Fourth Amendment was. After all, it says anyone can stay anonymous as long as they aren't breaking the law. Then she asked him to step outside. She didn't seem to get that it would be illegal to refuse to help someone who was there to conduct legitimate business. She believes she shouldn't have to speak to someone if she didn't know his name.
I understand why anyone would want to stop a member of the public from getting public records.
Do you have the identification on you?
I don't need an ID.
Well, you need an ID to sign it.
What's the Fourth Amendment?
Sir, do you need identification?
Ma'am, can you please tell me the Fourth Amendment? He knew the Fourth Amendment. He's a smart dude. Do you know the Fourth Amendment?
We're not here for this.
Did you take an oath to the Constitution? Did you swear an oath? Did you swear an oath?
Okay.
I'll answer your question if you answer.
Can you step outside?
I'll tell you what. If you answer my question, I'll answer your question.
Can you step outside?
No, thank you. This is a public building. I don't have to.
Sir, I need you to.
Do you know the Fourth Amendment?
Sir,
Do you know the Fourth Amendment? If you make me leave, that's going to be a violation, and you're going to lose your job.
You can't even identify yourself.
I don't have to. I do not have to.
Okay.
Do you know the Fourth Amendment?
Sir.
She obviously doesn't, because she'd be proud to say it if she did.
What was your business here? What did you need
I need
done?
public records.
Public records.
Yes,
What can you-
I need
you
two
know-
different types of public
you know
records.
You have to have identification.
No, I don't. I've been here before. They didn't make me, and they haven't made anyone else.
Do you have the
What's the
identification?
Fourth Amendment?
Are you able to identify yourself?
Sir, can you please tell her what the Fourth Amendment is? Because you just said it to me.
Did you push that gentleman over there?
No, he touched me.
But did you push him?
No.
He said you pushed him.
And that's why I'm trying to get those cameras, because he's a liar.
Well, he just told me you pushed
And he's a
him.
liar.
And he works here, and you shouldn't be here.
So why are you
And
taking
you
his
identify
side
yourself.
over the public? You should be
Did
taking
you
my
tell him
side.
that he pushed you?
Yes, I
First.
did. Yes.
He said he don't want to make a report right now.
I'm thinking about it. It's not even about that. I just want to get my public information and be on my way. And there should be no one here trying to stop a member of the public from getting public records for any reason.
You can't even identify yourself.
I don't have to. What is the Fourth Amendment? What is the Fourth?
Realizing the type of cops he was dealing with, the man asked her to call her supervisor. She tried to ignore his request, but the man wasn't having it. She probably thought she could brush him off like her colleagues might, but this man kept pressing, reminding her that as a public servant, it was her duty to identify herself, not his as a private citizen. Was it really so hard to understand this?
Fourth Amendment. Hey, get your supervisor down here. Get your supervisor down here, please. Thank you. Why would I come through there to push him? Let's think about it logically together. Why would I think about, let's think about it logically. Why would I just walk through there and push him? That's stupid. I can stand right here and talk all day, man. You don't need that badge. You need to get out of here. Are you ready to identify? Because I'm about to go file a complaint on you if you don't. I'm going to file a complaint on you if you don't. And it's going to be substantiated on your record. I don't have to identify, you do. You work for the public. I am a private citizen. Why don't you like the Constitution? Why are you against it? Why do you think I shouldn't have a Fourth Amendment right? Why do you think people don't? Why do you force people out of it all the time? Maybe I need to request all your body cam from a long time. I bet there's a lot of lawsuits on there from you making people do stuff that you think you have the authority to do. So you think you can make anyone ID just because the cops are called? Is that what you think? So, like, let's say there was a call and you showed up. Do you just make everyone on the scene show you their ID? Is that what you do? See, if you were confident, you would answer the questions and you'd rub it in my face. But you're not confident. You're just winging it. You are the epitome of fake it till you make it. I hate that saying.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Not much time had passed before the supervisor showed up. If you thought a savvy leader had finally arrived to sort out the mess and school the cops, as a supervisor is supposed to do, well, you'd be wrong. This supervisor turned out to be a real letdown. Although he listened to everything the man had to say and seemed genuinely interested, his actions didn't follow through. The man explained how one cop had even tried to snatch his phone away and that he needed a public record from the cameras in the lobby because that cop falsely claimed the man had touched him. Grudgingly, the supervisor agreed the man could access those records, but when the man brought up the additional public records he'd come in for originally, the situation hit another snag. The supervisor claimed he didn't know anyone who could process that request for the man. It was baffling. How could a supervisor not know how to handle a basic request for public records? This only added to the man's frustration, showing a lack of preparedness and knowledge among the cops about handling simple, lawful inquiries from the public. It seems like every step forward ended up being 2 steps back, with the man completely having to constantly assert his rights just to get the information he was entitled to by law.
Supervisor.
Hey, I'm Justin. Nice to meet you, man. So he just made up a bunch of stuff. So I came in. I don't mind signing in, but they never asked me to do that.
Okay.
They didn't want to let me through because they said I needed to make an appointment. Honestly, they just don't like me, and so
They know you?
Yeah, they do.
They do?
Because I was here before just trying to take pictures of the building, and they didn't want me to. And eventually,
Taking pictures outside or inside?
the inside.
Okay.
Just this little spot right here.
Okay.
And eventually, a security came down and walked around with me, which is awesome. That's all I wanted to do is to get some pictures.
Okay.
But they had an attitude with me because of that the whole time. So I come in again, they immediately recognize me. I say, hey, I'm not even filming today. It's in my pocket. I'm like, hey, I need to make a FOIA
You're
request.
not filming today?
Well, I am now, but I wasn't when I walked in.
Let's be honest. If you want to be
Okay,
honest.
you're not listening to what I'm saying. So
I'm hearing exactly
when
what
I
you're saying.
came in, I wasn't filming. I didn't start filming until the police were called.
Okay.
Okay, so I wasn't doing anything besides walking in like a normal person.
Filming our interaction, not their interaction with you.
I wasn't filming my interaction with them until it escalated.
Okay.
Then I decided it was
What
smart
is
of me to.
it you need us
So, do you mind if I finish my story real quick? So when he put his hands on me first, and that's one of the requests that I want to make, is for those cameras because he's lying, saying I touched him.
You can do a FOIA request for those cameras.
Right, exactly. That's all I want to do is that, and I want one more FOIA request, which is the contract between the city or this building and their security, and that's it. Those are the 2
Okay.
things I want, and I could have been gone 30 minutes ago.
I don't know who would handle that FOIA request.
Really, anyone in this building, I can say it to, and then they can pass it on up. Really,
Well, I think there's an entity that actually would take that
there would
FOIA
be,
request. It's
but
not
by
just a
law,
general FOIA
by
request.
law, I can make it to anyone, and they can pass it up.
Okay. Who do you want to make the FOIA request to?
Well, I initially asked to go see public records, and they wouldn't let me. So then I'm not sure if this office is down here. I forget. I just remember that there was one down here last time, and I can make it to them. I already know I can, and
Okay.
it'll take me 8 seconds.
Where can we get him to make this FOIA request?
Yeah, that's all I want.
Okay.
It'll get forwarded up to them.
Right.
That'll
I
work.
know.
That works. Human resources.
Well, human resources is for us. That's the,
Yeah, but I have had them fulfill FOIA requests.
Okay.
I
They're
can.
telling you you've got to go through the city manager's office. They're trying to accommodate that by getting a representative down here to you.
Well, they weren't until now.
Then the man threw another question at the supervisor. He asked him to explain the Fourth Amendment. But the cop's response, he told the man just to Google it. This offhand remark sparked a whole new level of chaos. The cop then claimed he could arrest the man for resisting, and when the man countered that he couldn't, the cop asked in a threatening tone, "Are you sure?" Hypothetically, yes, he could have made the arrest, but that didn't make it the right thing to do. The supervisor then chimed in, claiming that the man could be arrested for obstructing the police if he didn't immediately identify himself, which actually wasn't the case here. Every well-trained cop should know that obstructing is a secondary crime and not a standard standalone reason for arrest. The man was visibly annoyed by the cops' behavior and the fact that none seemed well versed in the law, despite there being quite a few of them around. Frustrated, the man asked for the supervisor's own boss, but this supervisor acted as if he was the highest authority here. Without a hint of irony, he asked the man how many supervisors he wanted. Well, until someone who actually knows the law showed up, right?
Gotta talk to you and take care of it.
That could have been done a long time ago. That's it, man. Thank you.
Alright, we got his information? You don't want to hear his information. You just say his name's Justin.
Yeah.
We'll need to see your information.
What's the Fourth Amendment, sir?
Pardon me?
What's the Fourth Amendment?
You tell me.
It's my right to be free from seizures of my papers, persons, and effects.
Hold on.
That's what it is.
You're
I'm
missing
sorry.
a word.
Okay, what is it?
Google it.
What is it?
Google it and tell me the
What
word
is
you're
it?
missing.
What is it? I'm
You-
filming right now. I
know
can't.
the
I am
word.
filming.
Quit filming and Google it.
No, you go. You Google it. I'm right.
If you do not
I don't.
identify yourself, I'm going to arrest you for obstructing governmental operations.
Works.
You
That's
know
not
who
how
I
it works.
am.
That's
I
not how it
identified
works.
myself to you.
That's not how it works. I'm
That's
a private.
exactly how it works.
I don't. Okay, you need RAS. You need reasonable, articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime in order for me to ID myself.
You have prevented me from conducting
That's not how it works.
lawful government
You can't
operations.
arrest me for resist. You can't arrest me for.
I can't arrest you for resisting? Are you sure?
No, listen. You can't arrest me for
You're fumbling over your words.
refusing to
Justin?
ID.
You know, if we think his name is Justin,
You can't arrest me for refusing to ID.
Justin.
Now, under threat of arrest, I
Now,
will.
here's what I tell you what we can do.
Now
He
you.
refuses to identify. We don't have to let him in, right?
No,
He's
that's
gotta
not how it
sign in.
works. Can I get your supervisor down here?
I don't have a supervisor.
Yeah,
I
you
have a
do.
supervisor.
I need your supervisor down here because you don't know how
How many
things work.
supervisors do you want down
Someone that knows what's going on.
know
Usually,
what's going
usually sergeants don't. Usually lieutenants do. So if you have a
here?
lieutenant
Usually
around,
sergeants don't know what's going
yeah,
on.
yep. When it comes to the Constitution, Justin, nice to meet you. Thank you.
I am the executive assistant to Bruce
I-
Moore, city manager.
Okay, cool.
They told me what you wanted. Now that, and I'm sure you know, if you put them in before, they go to the city attorney's office. But I'm happy. I printed off the forms for you,
Thank you.
so you can fill those out.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Very easy. Very easy. So if you think you can arrest someone for failure to ID, that's a big no-no, and I need your lieutenant down here, please. That's a big no-no. Now I see where you got it. What's up, man? You have a lieutenant coming down, or?
I've addressed you as sir. If you could call me a sir or sergeant,
Sure.
that would be awesome.
Yes, sounds good.
I want me to treat you with respect.
I just try to treat people like I do my buddies. I'm not, you know what I mean?
Buddies.
Well, I'm just trying to be polite. That's how I'm polite. And if you want me to call you sir, I will. That's all you gotta do is
Lieutenant's
ask.
on the way.
That's all you gotta do is ask. All
All
right.
he has asked is if you've gotten what you wanted, and that you were free to leave.
Yeah.
If you still request his presence, that is totally fine. He's on his way down here.
Are you still threatening to arrest me? Are you still threatening to arrest me?
I didn't threaten to arrest you.
Oh,
I said you need to identify
it's on camera.
yourself.
It's on camera.
Identify
It's on camera. Are you gonna arrest me if I don't?
No, sir. Are we free to go? Are you done?
Yes, please leave. You're dismissed. Thank you. Walk of shame.
A cop who was clearly bored while on duty thought it would be entertaining to pull over the first person he saw just for kicks. So he stopped this guy and asked to search his car. He didn't have a warrant or any real reason, but he somehow convinced himself he had the right to do so. However, the man he pulled over was curious about why he was stopped in the first place. Trying to sound official, the cop spouted off some code, but when the man asked him to explain what it meant, the cop stumbled and took a few minutes to recall. Then he rattled off a laundry list of supposed violations like acceleration, aggressive driving, and a bunch of other things.
Want to speak to you? We just checked your vehicle. Your plates are coming back as a different vehicle.
No, they're not.
They are.
No, they're not. No.
Look, driver license.
I have, but you're not getting it.
Well,
Can you, what section are you pulling me over under?
under the Road Traffic Act, and I don't have to have a section.
No, what section of the
Under
Road Traffic Act?
section, I can't remember the section, but on the Road Traffic Act, you have to give your license. You have to give your license.
Okay, well, until you can quote to me what traffic acts, you know, I'm not giving you my license,
so
mate.
it's right there.
Yep, that's perfectly fine, pal.
.163 of the Road Traffic Act.
163?
Yeah.
Okay, and what does 163 relate to, please?
So 163 relates to us being able to take your details for any moving traffic offence. You've not been indicating, you've been driving very aggressively.
Okay.
You're driving up the M275.
So me driving up the M275 doing the speed limit whilst using cruise control is aggressively, is it?
No, I'm not saying that.
Well, that's exactly what I was doing, sir. So
yeah, I'd say
you
were driving at the speed limit.
Yep.
You won't indicate when you're changing lanes.
Okay, so changing lanes to the left-hand side is not a requirement to
indicate.
indicate.
Through past Portsmouth College.
Portsmouth College.
University, sorry.
Yep.
Portsmouth University.
Okay.
You're in well in excess of the speed limit.
Okay, have you got proof of that, please, sir?
I haven't got any proof.
Okay, well in that case then you have nothing to
prosecute.
Yeah, well there's nothing to prosecute me on, so therefore you have no reason to pull me over, sir.
Well,
your judgment is not law.
Sir, if you would actually mind listening.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. You can talk.
Right, under the Road Traffic Act,
Yep.
we can stop any vehicle.
It seemed like he was just throwing out accusations, hoping something would stick so he could pin something on the man. Seeing that he wasn't getting anywhere, the cop handed the situation over to his rookie colleague, as if maybe the newbie would have better luck. This new cop then asked for the man's driver's license and other documents. It was unclear why they thought the man would just hand over the documents without any valid explanation or cause.
Road, if required, okay? And you need to provide your details under 163.
Right, I don't need. If you wish for me to provide my details, sir, then you can give me a producer.
No.
Yes, that's exactly.
That's at our discretion.
No, it's not at your discretion, sir. No, I've asked you to give me a producer. I'm not currently holding my driver's license because it's not a requirement by law to carry my driver's license with me.
No, but you need to provide it.
I don't need to provide anything to you because you're saying under 163 of the Road Traffic Act, yeah?
Which you can look up on your phone.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it up.
Yep.
So, clearly states here, a person driving a motor vehicle on the road must stop the vehicle and being required to do so by a constable in uniform, which I have done.
Yep.
That's got nothing pertinent to me providing you with my details, sir.
You need to look under legislation then.
Okay, so look, this is on the UK government legislation page. Okay, 163 of the Road Traffic Act. Power of police to stop vehicles. A person driving a motor vehicle on a road must stop the vehicle on being requested to do so by a constable in uniform. A person riding a cycle on the road must stop the cycle and be prepared to do so when asked to do so by a constable in uniform. If a person failed to comply with this section, he is guilty of an offence. So therefore, I am not required by law to give you my driver's licence. You saying that my registration is coming up as a different vehicle, with all due respect, is nothing but bullshit, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So that might be, but we're just trying to ascertain these details.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Well, I'll tell you what, go run my plates again, sir.
Yeah.
Okay? And I can guarantee you they'll come back to a silver Vauxhall Insignia, CDTI, EcoFlex, Techline. Okay?
Well, let me just...
That's perfectly fine. Mike X-ray 14 Hotel Whiskey Victor, sir.
This discussion quickly shifted to where the man explained to the cop that he didn't need to hand over his ID because he hadn't committed any crime. However, the cops didn't see it that way. They believed that simply because they had given an order, the man should comply immediately with everything they asked. But you know what these cops did, right?
Not giving any details over, mate. As I said to you before, you pulled me over under 163, pal. I don't have to give you any details. No, I don't.
Under the Road Traffic Act.
Under the Road Traffic Act, but you couldn't state to me which section, sir. So, which is 163, which gives you the power to pull me over, sir. That's all the power. Okay, that's a completely different section, sir. That's a completely different section, sir. So until such time, yeah, but that's under a completely different section of the Road Traffic Act.
I've just rechecked it.
Yep.
I do apologise.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
It did come back. It's obviously someone's wires obviously got crossed somewhere.
That's absolutely fine, sir.
So checked it all out, and I'm happy. We're just waiting on one more thing to come back.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then it'll be absolutely fine.
Okay, what's that one more thing?
Yeah.
I see. Let me know. Yes, you do. Where's your location? Sorry, you broke up. Apologies. We are checking today. What's your location? You're at Foxy Link.
Huh?
What's going on?
Well, like I said, exactly what I said on the phone, mate. So apparently my licence is now coming back fine. Sorry, yeah, my registration is now coming back fine. Yeah. Obviously, someone's got their wires crossed somewhere. But the last thing I heard, the traffic unit was on its way. Don't know whether that's still happening or not, but it is happening, yeah. Can I ask what they're coming for?
Like I said, you were not wanting to provide your details.
Yep.
So therefore, they're going to come in and require them.
Okay, well, they can try and acquire them, but like I said, until such time as I have a section, no one's getting any details from me, so. No, I haven't got. Yeah, can I get your column numbers, please, guys?
Yep. Mine is 3552.
And your name?
It's PC Nardo.
PC Nardo, I take it. What department?
Station.
What station, sorry?
Portsmouth Station.
Portsmouth Station. And your colleagues, please?
He can give you them.
That's perfectly fine.
If he
Yeah, if you can call him over for me, that'd be great.
I'll get him over when it's finished.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine, mate.
Yeah.
Huh? Yes, mate. Also got back in.
They identified themselves when the man asked them to, but that's about as far as their knowledge seemed to go. Soon enough, these cops ran out of extra charges to throw at the man and just ended up standing silently by his car. It seemed like they thought everyone had as much free time as they did, but the silence didn't last long, and a cop suddenly came up with a new charge.
Yeah, no, I saw it on the side. I literally thought to myself, what the fuck is he going to smoke?
I literally realised as soon as I stepped out of the car, getting to work.
Call my flashlight, dick.
So they've pulled you over for 163.
Well, no, they've pulled me over saying 163, right, which gives them the right to pull me over. Yeah. But he's then said that my reg was coming back for a different vehicle. At the time to recheck it, and it will come back as the vehicle. And then now they're obviously demanding my details.
So they have checked it and realised that it's a mix-up, and actually the registration it does come back to the vehicle. So why is that?
We've checked all your details out.
Yeah.
Your name is Callum. Isn't
I'm not providing any details, sir.
Okay. All right then. Okay.
But all I can say is this is my vehicle, sir. So.
Okay. Fine. Just bear with us a sec.
Yeah, I'll let him deal with his radio call first.
It always happens to you, doesn't it?
Huh?
It always happens to you.
Well, I just rang the old man. The old man's like, I bet this is a retaliation after the
it will be.
arm response.
It will be.
Yeah, apparently I was driving aggressively, doing the speed limit, using cruise control.
Right, okay. So.
And apparently he said my speed around Portsmouth University was in excess of the speed limit.
You were coming around Portsmouth University?
Yeah, I went around Portsmouth Uni to come round. I went around Astoria to see how many people were down there. But I was doing the speed limit the whole time. Let's say. And the fact that I was coming towards them as well, when I encountered them, you know, when you come round past HBs,
yeah,
you come around and you got the lane that comes from Portsmouth to join in, and you got the one that comes from HBs to join in.
Yeah.
So I was coming around there, and they were coming from South Sea side.
Right.
So they were coming towards me. I was going towards them. So they're judging my speed of me coming towards them.
He claimed they needed to check out if the car actually belonged to the man. By that logic, they'd have to stop every single car to make sure it belonged to the driver. I mean, what's the point of having constitutional laws if cops just keep going and act like they don't exist?
Saying that I was doing excessive speed limit.
Basic physics can just prove that's not possible to judge.
Yeah.
It's called the Doppler effect.
Yeah. Oh no, Doppler affects sideways.
Yeah.
But even still.
Well, no, it also affects forward and backward.
Okay, well, I didn't know that, so yeah.
It's called redshift and blueshift.
Redshift and blueshift. Strange. Didn't even know that. Good for you, know physics, isn't it?
I've been reading my book today.
Yeah. You've been using your Lego.
Playmobil.
Huh? Playmobil. Huh? What'd you say?
Of course, it's firearms that called you.
It's not. Well, it is, but it's MOD. MOD police. That's why they have black cars.
I was wondering what the difference was between them.
Well, no, all MOD police are firearms units.
Well, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Right, Callum. I'm happy that your car's insured and it's all gone to you. The reason we stopped you, obviously, was because you the thing that we noticed first was just when you came around past the university, you were going quite fast.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's your perception,
that's my
as I said,
perception
yeah.
as a police officer, yeah. Okay, that's my perception. Yeah. So we followed you out, and there was a few other bits and bobs, but we did a my colleague did a check of your license plate.
Yeah.
Obviously, some wires got crossed and it came back to a different vehicle.
Okay.
So that's why we stopped you, because we wanted to ascertain. I've rechecked your vehicle and it's actually come back as your car. It's insured to you, live in Portsmouth, blah blah blah. As long as I can assume that is you. Okay. I'm happy that you're insured, so it's all fine.
Happy days. Can I just get your collar number and your station,
my
please?
collar number is 3860, same station, Tim.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much.
All right.
Cheers, thank you, guys.